As artificial intelligence is reshaping practically every industry on the planet, a powerful new leadership role is emerging from the C-suite. Someone has to steer the ship through these pretty uncharted waters. Okay, let's dive into this.
Just to get a sense of the sheer scale of what's happening, look at this number. Over $300 billion. Let that sink in. That's the projected spending on AI in 2025 by just 4 companies: Google, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft. I mean, this isn't just an investment. It's a massive economic shift, and it's happening at lightning speed.
And the impact? It's already here. Industries that are most exposed to AI are seeing 3 times higher growth in productivity. Now, that is not a minor increase, not at all. A 3x productivity jump is the kind of figure that makes every single business leader on Earth just stop and pay very close attention.
Which, of course, brings us to the crucial question. With this much money on the line, this much productivity, and this much disruption on the table, who is actually steering this thing? Who's making sure the AI ship doesn't just sail fast, but actually sails in the right direction?
This is where we make the main character of our story today, the Chief AI Officer, or the CAIO. So let's get into what this brand new, and I mean absolutely critical role in the C-suite is really all about.
So what is a Chief AI Officer? Well, formally, they're the senior executive in charge of a company's entire AI strategy. And when I say entire, I mean the whole shebang, from the initial brainstorming and development of AI tools all the way through to the really tricky issues of governance and ethics. This person is at the very top of the AI food chain.
And it's so important to understand how this role is different. You might be thinking, don't we already have a Chief Information Officer or a Chief Technology Officer for this stuff? Well, not really. They're focused on the infrastructure, the tech development, the data. The CAIO's job is so much broader. They're thinking about integrating AI across the entire business, aligning it with company goals, and, this is the big one, managing a massive cultural transformation.
And companies are catching on, fast. The number of Chief AI Officer positions has tripled in just the last 5 years. So this isn't some passing fad. It's a rapid, necessary response to a huge strategic need. Now, this role didn't just appear out of thin air. You can actually trace its origins. Things really started heating up in 2012 when a competition called ImageNet basically ended the last AI winter. Then, a huge leap forward in 2017 with the invention of the Transformer architecture, which is the foundation for all the models we see today. Of course, 2022 was the big one. ChatGPT went public and the race was officially on. By 2024, the need was so obvious that the US government mandated that every single federal agency has to appoint a CAIO. This role is the direct result of a decade of just incredible accelerating breakthroughs.
So, what does a CIO actually do all day? I mean, what does orchestrating a company's AI strategy really look like?
I absolutely love this metaphor because it just captures the role perfectly. The CIO is a conductor. They're not just playing one instrument, they're in front of this massive orchestra, trying to balance the wild creativity of innovation with the very sober duty of regulation and responsibility. It's a heck of a balancing act.
A successful CIO really has to wear at least 4 different hats. They have to be a strategic leader, making sure every AI project actually helps the business. They're also a visionary and a translator, explaining super complex tech to people who aren't tech experts. Then they're a cultural transformer, getting the entire company ready for this AI-driven world. And finally, they're a governance steward, the person making sure the AI is used ethically, responsibly, and legally.
So, the most important point is this. This is not a tech management job. It's a change management job. It's about leading a fundamental transformation of how the entire company thinks and operates.
Okay, to really get why this high-level leadership is so vital, we need to zoom in. Let's go from the 30,000-foot view of the boardroom right down to the developer's keyboard.
Because for the people on the front lines, the ones actually building with these new AI tools, the experience isn't just about speed and productivity. No, it's a paradox of incredible velocity and hidden danger. This quote from a developer, Juno Threadborn, just hits the nail on the head. AI coding tools, they make things easy. They remove the friction. But that friction, that moment of struggle where you had to stop and really think hard about the best way to build something, that's where the important, deep decisions were made. And this slide illustrates the consequence perfectly. Think of AI as an amplifier. It takes whatever you already have and turns it up to 11. So, in a well-designed, carefully built system, it becomes an amplifier of care, scaling up all that good design. But in a messy, poorly architected system, it becomes an amplifier of dysfunction, rapidly scaling up technical debt and bad habits. It doesn't fix your problems, it just helps you get to the destination, good or bad, way faster.
And here's the really chilling part. The AI-generated code, it often looks perfect. It's clean, it's formatted, it works on the surface. So, as Juno says, the bandages look like real skin. Without that strategic oversight, development teams can end up building these incredibly fragile systems, piling on technical debt that is absolutely going to come back to haunt them.
And that brings us right back to the CIO. This is their job, to make sure that architectural care, that intentional design, is in place before the AI starts amplifying everything. They provide the strategic guardrails that prevent the whole company from speeding off in the wrong direction.
Okay, let's zoom back out. With this kind of leadership in place, what does our AI-augmented future actually mean for all of us in the workforce?
We've all heard the narrative that AI will take all the jobs, right? Well, the data tells a much more nuanced story. While it's true that job growth is faster in less AI-exposed fields, roles that work closely with AI are still growing. AI isn't really a job killer, it's a job shaper. It's fundamentally redrawing the map of where the opportunities are.
And get this, for those who can adapt, the rewards are huge. Workers with specialized AI skills now command an average wage premium of 56%. I mean, that is a massive signal from the market telling us exactly how valuable these skills have become.
So ultimately, this is the real takeaway. The future isn't some battle between humans and machines. It's about humans augmented by machines. It's about combining our creativity and our judgment with AI's incredible speed and scale. But to make that partnership work, it absolutely must be guided by intentional strategic leadership.
Which leaves us all with one final thought. As AI inevitably becomes the co-pilot for every role in every industry, from the developer all the way to the CEO, the most important question any organization can ask is this: who is the captain of your ship?